Welcome to my personal hell, not of my own making. Game Wolf plays Wolfenstein 3D Episode 6, Floor 10, The Secret Floor, to end all secret floors. I hope you got snacks like I requested, because this will be quite a while. In fact, you can forget whatever show you're about to watch. This is your stream now. Welcome to Netflix. Yeah, I remember Netflix when it wasn't competed by like 1,000 other things now. Almost like having separate channels on a single TV. Oh. Yeah, except they all cost money. Oh, Lord. So what is the theme of this secret level? Well, just about everything. And I do mean almost everything. I think the only things it doesn't really have are, like, some odd bosses that you're not going to see again. Like, you couldn't have a Hitler show up, for instance, obviously. But to normally do this level, you'll want to defeat one of 3 Hanses, which have given official names, like what? Pawns, Fawns, and Sans? No. Sans gross. Yeah, that's funny. So, I would recommend going this way first, the north way. Killing that Hans for his key, then ending the level there. One of these doesn't even have a Hans, and you don't need to go there whatsoever. It's also the shittiest part of this level, too. If I'm trying to do 100%. The west side, which has a Hans, is just filled with enemies. I'm already having a tough time. And the bottom floor is a little like the north floor, but it is just fucked with all kinds of stuff, including mutants. Yeah, mutants are back. Just for this level, though. Just for this level. Ooh. If you want to keep a death counter specifically for this, please do. I've heard that people like to give counters for things during LPs because it passes their time. It gives them something to do. I'm okay with that. You know, little video analysis never hurt anybody. I'm just getting my shit kicked in, too. But, there are plenty of 1-ups. So, we won't have to worry about leaving this level empty-handed, as long as we can get said things to deal with empty-handedness. Also, something you won't be seeing but is in this level is a Pac-Man ghost. It is guarding 2 lives. I will explicitly not be going for it, because if I do, it'll be the last thing I go for, and I really don't want to mess with that fucker. And it's the red one, so I'm going to assume it's Blinky. Going aggressive, like... I don't really know how the Pac-Man Ghost AI works in Wolfenstein 3D. There's a whole Pac-Man dossier of how the Pac-Man Ghosts work. If you want to look at that. That's one of the oldest bookmarks I have saved right now. I wonder why I have it saved. But it, like, explained how all the Pac-Man Ghosts work that I liked. Because, like, the red one, you know, is actively seeking you. The pink one is more actively trying to seek where the red one is. And then, like, going to you by proxy. And then the blue one is doing that to the pink one. It's not actually trying to run away from you, but it's not quite doing it correctly as would be designed, so it's taking some weird paths. And then the orange one only seeks you when it's nearby. Otherwise, it does its own thing. Pretty much at random. So there you go. Pac-Manified. And the east side also has some secret walls. Some of you can't even get all of them. That was a bitch to navigate to. Also, like, there's like vines that will slow the game down and make it hard to see. Yeah. So cool, I know. Well, at least there's also one up here, so yeah, again, I recommend the north part first.
Guten Tag.
Oh, interesting. Well, if I had paid attention, I would have noticed he didn't actually do anything until I started shooting him. Yeah, to say I was getting impatient with this level would be to putting it lightly. Many expletives were had in the making of this video, where I was like, was it worth it? Is that why we were put here on this planet, just to suffer? Why, yes. As long as you have the buffer of kings, you can suffer along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's all suffer together more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we really hate? Oh, wow. Nope. Nope. Don't try to go an open gunfight. You need the cover shooter mechanics. That is why it's the Gears of War. Well, he's far enough away, maybe he won't do that much damage, but really, that's not going to work either. You need to hide. Hide like the wind. Because having Nicolas Cage voice Spider-Man Noir is kind of weird. I don't see him as like a 1920s guy, so I don't know. Hi. Ooh, with my last amount of ammo, he dies. Alright. Alright, let's go hit up another quadrant. Obviously the worst quadrant being the Delta Quadrant. Oh. You don't want to be stuck there. It takes you forever to get it back, even though it's so easy to get there, because sense be damned. We don't know what we're doing. Well, that's what happens when you mix sci-fi with fantasy and call it the same genre. That's one of those things that gets on my nerves. Oh yeah, I forgot. I think this tile set might be unique to episode 6. Like this, I don't know what you call that. This with this textile, I think. Oh, looks like I've chosen to go to the... Yeah, this is the west side. Also, these guys are here. They've been here the whole time, near the beginning level. How nice for them. But yeah, there's also mutants over there. When we go around to reach that Hans, give him the old reach around. Copperfielding the Hans. Yeah, I know. I don't actually remember which made-up names associated with what according to the Wolfenstein 3D hint manual or what have you, but yeah. To me, it's just another Hans Gross. Clone armies. Yeah. So technically I could end it right there and be like, why am I torturing myself? And then it wouldn't even be so bad. But no, we're going the full way. In fact, the reason why I set up doing 100% kills in the first place is so I could do this, not just this challenge, but these 2 other Spear of Destiny packs, which you can end too quickly if you're not actually going for the 100% kills or anything like that. Otherwise, you could literally run from one end to the other in like 10 seconds in a number of those levels, and it wouldn't be very interesting to watch. Or, it's not even interesting to do, so obviously, definitely not interesting to watch. Setting like goals like that, that's what the bejesuses are made of. Okay. I hope I'll have enough ammo. One thing I need to learn is that in order to deal with this Hans, I have to walk around the whole way, or he's gonna get me. So that's what I learned. Too bad I learned it too late. Debugging Wolfenstein 3D levels is not too helpful except finding your way. It's not helpful in determining how to best kill them due to the massive amounts of RNG and the fact that it can kick your ass very quickly. Okay, let's try from the other side. Just to get some stowaways, like this guy. Oh yeah.
Guten Tag.
It's not a Guten Tag. It's a really bad dog. Shit. Well, I got the other guys. But Hans Numero Dos is not having my shit. I mean, Hans Number Zwei. Thank you. And the other one being Drei. So Eins, Zwei, and Drei are here. Also, given that they gave these guys names, what about, like, the ones for, like, Episode 2, Floor 8? I don't see those having unique names. I mean, you can make them up, just make sure it rhymes with Hans, right? Like, Pawns. Not Trons, though, because Trons already exist in Spear of Destiny. There's also some, like, Death Knight thing that kind of looks like a Hans, but isn't. I'm in a stupid spot right now. Yeah. Although, I didn't think I would have got killed there, because I thought maybe I had a little more cover than that. Really can't really underestimate the width of a single Hans. It's been working out. boom, 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 boom. Music and stops and then starts again. Save state. Music that starts and stops again. Save state. Music that starts and stops again. It is a save state. This is how you do it. I've got really low amounts of health. Ow. This is not like in Catacomb 3D where my head turns into a skeleton head. Ow. Ding, 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 ding. He's not shooting yet. Now he's shooting. It is kind of weird how the soundproofing on these walls is so really good for when I know he's not going to be able to hit me. But I can't rely on that. There's only so many channels for sound. Alright, it's half the level done, supposedly. It's not going to feel like half. I'm going to have to get some collectible stuff and then try to do the south side. That'll be a pain in itself. Well, I think the first time at this level I tried to do the west side first because I thought, oh yeah, it's quicker, that means it'll be easier. No. North side's easier. Alright, we got all these. I'm not know what I do without enough health, but I think I have enough gun. That's the other problem with West Side. There's not that many supplies over there. This could be really anchoring for stuff, like a little anchor man that you anchor are. I am anchor not. Coming over this way. If I fill every sentence and make it a blank spot, not a blank spot, that will be good talking, apparently. According to my dead air enthusiast, someone's. I don't know anyone that is infused with the power of air that is dead, because air was never really live. I mean, alive. I guess that's why they call it dead. Because it's not live, even though it is live and you're dead. I don't know. Okay, that's gonna help. Thank you. That's the part we're going to show up in later. Save again. Okay. This is going to be lots and lots of pain. There's also mutants down here. Yep. So they could be literally anywhere in this... Well, not literally. They're in a predetermined spot. But I mean, you know, you're not going to know just by not looking at a map. In fact, I'd say if you're not doing a... If you're not using a map or doing, or like, if you're not using a map or save states, if you're not using both of those simultaneously, you're gonna be in for a really bad time. I don't care how good you are. It still may inconvenience you in some manner. I can almost guarantee that. I don't know you though. Oh, maybe if this person I follow, Zero Master, is a really good Doom guy, maybe if he tried Wolfenstein, tried doing episode 6, I wonder how that would turn out. Given that the key is to just act quickly, this is definitely more of a twitch shooter than a thinking shooter. Insta-death! KO! This game's winner is Mutant! Do. Seriously. So, yeah, again, secret levels, no idea where they go in the story. They just kind of happened, okay? It was like it was a dream or a nightmare or a strange little thing. They're killing me so much, I'm just, like, not even taking chances, like, save here, save there, save a little bit everywhere, but just be careful not to save if you're in a really, really bad spot. Wait until, like, you have a moment to breathe and you're sure nothing is near you. Like, absolutely nothing. And especially, do not try to save with, like, 1% health. I think it might be possible to save with 0% health just before you're about to die. And then wander around as a dead man walking until you get shot again when it loads up. Yep. So that's funny as fuck, man! Also, I don't know if I recognize this texture of walls either. It definitely looks like old house walls, kind of like with the 70s paneling. But yeah, no, I can't... The secret level cannons, is just... There's no longer rhyme or reason. It is complete madness. The mutants. Do not shoot the mutants until you see the reds of their eyes. Actually, no, keep shooting them. I don't care. The real question is, why do they bleed purple? not even sure they should be. If anything, it should be a much darker red because there'd be no oxygen in it. So I don't know where this purple shit's coming from. Then again, blood is blue when it's going a specific way. So maybe it's just a combination of that. Which makes the whole blue blood trope kind of weird because maybe like rich people are suffocating under their stupid amounts of wealth and blue shirts. There we go. Ah. Jesus. Wandering around with no warning. That sure is fun, isn't it? Not it? No, I suppose not. Well, you're going to have to deal with it sometime, mister. With these couple of crowns that I laid around just for you. Oh, yeah. You can get 100% treasures in this. In fact, the only way I thought to keep track of making sure I killed everyone, along with the treasures, since you don't get the 100% notification on a secret level, is I just looked it up in the wiki really quick for the point counter, and then did some math. So once I get a certain point amount, I'll know I'm actually done. I just combine that with treasures, knowing they'd be worth points too. So in this case, I will have gotten 100% kills and 100% treasures. I think I'll do that in other instances like that where they don't give me a results screen, except the last level of per episode or such, since it gives you results for all the stuff, and then you'd know anyway. But for secret levels, I kind of need to do my due diligence, especially for this level. It wasn't such a big problem before. It was kind of a problem in Episode 4, but even Episode 4's secret level is not as nasty as this. And I can at least say it's very quick. So it tries to kill you as painlessly as possible. This, however, you'll be suffering the whole way. Wee, 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 all the way home. Just like that. That's what I said when I got the motion. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if I should allow that or if I should take a mulligan. I've decided on the mulligan. Just like in golf. Oh, yeah. Man, I wish I could do Kirby's Dream Course. Fuck. Ugh. I know. That's like one of those things I'm gonna have to figure out how to do eventually. Just like Descent. It's just out of my reach. I don't want it to be, but it kinda is. It's not even like I don't understand how those games work. It's just I actually lack enough skill that I can't even get mad at it because it's just so out of my realm. That's how I am. There's other genres like that. Like, I guess, like, a lot of fighting games are like that to me. I'm just like, yeah, I can't even touch this. I'm just going to let this be its own piece of stuff. 66 health and 99 ammo. No sulfur here. Do something. Why is there a trope of one-ups representing the protagonist's head? Actually, no. Even by the 90s, the one-up system was outdated. But this is just while we're trying to figure out how home consoles worked and without being stupid arcade games, so... I don't know, man. Then again, also, because it's similar to, it's kind of like... Did one-ups ever apply to this kind of genre in the first place? I suppose they could if you design it right, but still. I think it'd be okay if you had a one-up system in this game, if you were able to revive yourself on the spot for where you died until you lose all your lives. Because starting over from level, while that works in like Mario or something, it's just really punishing since these levels can take a long time. Look at the length of this video for proof. What am I doing now? I guess I'm checking out this area a little more. Oh, right, there's a second part of this that I may not have undergone, which are going to have more dudes in it. Are they down here? Or maybe I did part of it already? I don't know. We're just checking. Also some treasures. I also did this thing with the level editor so I could look at where the treasures are, but also I had to blot out some stuff to make it easier to see. So, yeah, there was a slight editing in order to see what was going on. I say slight because all it was fill in stuff I don't want to see on the map. Hey, it's the third Hans. might have to have him walk through the door. Ouch. Shit. It didn't work. I think every Hans has successfully killed me at least once.
Guten Tag.
Which means they get paid overtime. That's right, it's overtime, boys. Welcome to Game Wolf Plays Wolfenstein 3D Overtime. We're gonna keep going until this level ends. I'm not stopping for anything. Nope. As many saves as it takes, man. I no longer care. You know how hard this level is? Stupidly hard. Alright, I'm a little safe back here, maybe, but I think he's gonna come back before I have a chance to get the thing I want, which is these one. Okay. I have a chance now. Oh shit! Nice. Okay. Well, that was good. Could have gone a lot worse. That just about does it for this selling part. Also, even though the 1-ups count as part of the treasures, they don't actually give you any points. That's the one thing they don't do. I thought maybe they'd give you like 20,000 points if you picked them up, but no. So we still have one quadrant of this level left. Somehow it is the hardest. Probably because of all the goddamn mutants. The most mutants of mutant kind is ever known. I guess this game really gives mutants a bad name. Or at least implies the mutants are always about mutations, even though they're kind of made so they're artificial mutants, even though they're more like zombies with guns attached. Who's doing the naming around here? It's not me. Oh yeah, if you activate someone behind these doors, the rest of them are going to activate until I go to like this other part. Also, these vines are going to slow down. It's going to mess with my vision. It's going to be so much fun. And also remembering where I was a bitch in this part too. This whole section sucks. At least there's blood to drink if it really gets down to it, but shit. Let them come and let them fight for my right to party. Oh, sweet Jesus of Nazareth. If I just dump sugar on him, he'll be the sweet Jesus Christ. You think this strategy might work, but maybe it doesn't. I am personally not exactly a fan of waiting behind the door for everyone to come to me, because it's like, it really is the waiting game when I could be actively going after them. Not that I have to be too fast about it, but at least it feels like I'm doing something about the situation rather than just let them wander around freely where they could shoot at me at any time they wish. Or they could just never come to me and I'd be waiting forever, and I don't want that. Oh wow. Shooting behind the vine. That's a new concept. And there's really no gameplay point to the vines besides hogging RAM and making your day miserable. Just delete them from your headspace. Although it really doesn't have an overall effect, kind of like if you're playing Mario Kart and you get the blooper and it covers your screen with ink. You can still see around that technically, but it's a bitch. I know the AI could take the see around because they're not actually using their eyes. Guys, I've got 1% health. It's time for the low health LOL special. Oh, fuck. That didn't last very long. Let's try not to get 1% health again, eh? I make no promises. Ouch. Yeah, this is where I started getting really mad. And hating life. Although, oddly, when I was done with it, I didn't feel mad anymore. Not because of the relief, it's just because I just exhausted myself of anger. This is not something I do in a video game normally, even at my most anal obsessive times. This is just... This whole level's humiliation. Let it humble you. It's like the Iron Sheik that way. Yes, this level's precisely by getting your ass kicked by the Iron Sheik. And just as rude and blunt. It do be like that. Let's go around here, I guess. I don't know if I want to. But it's less vineless here, so there's that. Gotta look at the little things. But there's like a cluster of mutants, and there's still that one who just shot me. Who could have seen this coming? Only me, Gaming Wolfos. That is correct. You know, it should have hinted that there was mutants given this wall texture, so... I mean, the fault is mine. How do you get such smooth recording? Well, it's easy. You know what I like to do? Is games that are designed for low resolution, I actually run them in low resolution. This obsession with making the games really high definition, it slows your computer down more than you might suspect. Try doing that with Duke Nukem 3D. See how well your computer runs. It won't. Even with a good machine, because apparently that whole Moore's Law thing stopped somewhere because we don't make things so tiny, or because of the production problem, like the supply chains and such. So hopefully the supply chains come back so I can get this uber super cool computer someday, or I can make it from donation parts. Then again, I guess part of that problem is people keep buying computers way too often, along with phones and stuff, and the Internet of Things is definitely not helping with these chips. When really, a computer, much like a car, should only really need to be replaced about every maybe 5 years, at minimum. You know, like even if your hard drive goes bad, I feel like I can replace that enough times. It's until like, I don't know. I guess I've had this thing a while. If the motherboard's intact, I'm still using it. Although it'd be like a ship of Theseus situation where if I keep replacing the parts, is it still the same computer? I don't know, but the operating system's still running alright, and I haven't needed to update it. In fact, I've tested new operating system updates on a different machine entirely, instead of this one, because this one's doing so well where it is right now, I don't want to change it. Specifically with how DOSBox runs on it. There's been a lot of changes, with the system kernel and stuff. I'm not ready to just adopt everything all at once. I don't mind updates of the web, but when your whole system changes like that, you have to really think about how to run it, because that means all the syntax changes, which confuses me. Like for example, when I'm checking the internet for like Wi-Fi, it's under WLAN 0, but on this other machine, even though it's a similar system, I think they changed it to like what, WLPS 50. I didn't quite understand why they changed it like that when it still was technically the same thing. So that made me think that the drivers changed. So I don't want to screw with my computer that way yet, especially when I don't even have this thing doesn't have the parts to support something like that. So be mindful of that. People who make the Linux, makes your stuff compatible with older computers still, because I don't really need to leave a carbon footprint. I feel like newer games do that, where they leave a big footprint. Especially when they're like, all the games are like, alright, today I'm going to be in a 100 gigabyte game. I'm like, that's really not good. Who needs that? I don't think that's going to be the future either. I think that really is excessive. Now, if you have 100 gigabytes worth of games, okay, but one game 100 gigabytes, you might be a wasteful bastard. Yeah, you might think it not has effect, because like, oh, it's conceptual, it's digital, it's not real. Oh no, that's an illusion, my friend. Video games and the internet are just as valuable as the physical reality of things. It's our perception of it which isn't real, much like the perception of sound and light. Because according to some stupid thing I read, magenta doesn't actually exist. So put that in your headspace for a while. Magenta's not real, man. It's not real. Oh yeah, these secret walls are quite fun. In fact, I need to rely on some of them just so I can get a stash of 1-ups, specifically 3 of them, and also that other 2 I mentioned, either with the Pac-Man Ghost, which I won't be getting to, but this will be more than enough to at least escape the level with some stuff. In fact, even if I had 0 ammo and did this, I would at least leave with 75 ammo. So this is a good plan either way to do at the end. So when you're 100% this level, save those 3 1-ups for the end, if you can. But I had to study the map a little bit to be like which walls I can push and which walls would fuck me up, because the walls can fuck you up. You can push them from multiple sides, and the results may or may not be unpredictable. So it's a really good thing that I made sure the frame rate was where I thought it would be supposed to be, so none of the walls would ever push to 3 spaces as opposed to 2. Although there's lots of Wolfenstein re-level sets before the advent of like Wolf SDL and EC Wolf, and make sure it's 2, or if you program it that way. But early mods, since they knew about the intricacies of the computer screwing up the game, design their levels that way, much like people design their ROM hacks with older emulators and their limitations or lack thereof when there should have been. So, whenever you play a mod, make sure it matches the system that was being played, or at least write the system specs of your mod and the port and version and stuff that you were using. I would really appreciate that if that was more of a thing nowadays. Because, like, I see source ports of Doom having really high system requirements, which is absurd for a game that's actually very old. So, that's my big thing with source ports, is them wasting energy. Although, again, being good for modding tools, yeah, okay. That's fine. Oh, well, I'm on the subject of modded stuff, I'd like to try it. I actually got Super Mario Bros. X to work on Linux recently. So, if there's some Super Mario Bros. X content you want to see, I can look into it for you. I had at least one thought. I don't want to do like the default level packs though. That's going to be like, so. But there's some ones I think I compiled a little list of what Super Mario Bros. X titles I'm going to try out to see if they're LPable, you know. Also, make sure I don't break. When I go into uncharted territory like this, that is just like a program that isn't standard and, you know, hasn't been tested for a while, I have to actually make sure the whole game's not only beatable, but also plausible to actually make function. Which is why if I'm slow in the uptake on videos, it's because I'm actually testing the whole fucking game. I'd be a very good QA tester. I do mean that. But even I can't test everything. I'll make sure your game functions. I cannot make sure it's going to be 100%. No, that's a little beyond me and possibly a waste of my time. So there you go. That's why you hire multiple peoples instead of trying to make one person do all the work, because that don't make any sense. Now you know, and knowing is 50% of the battle. G-I-B-J. I think I'm somewhere close to being done here. I think I'm just trying to find my way back. Oh, right, the treasures. How I treasure them. But there's still more to this madness, is there not? Like that treasure. I think, oh, you know what? There might be another sector with mutants in it I have to deal with still. Yeah, this is it. But, 1, they don't have the vines, and 2, somehow this part was easier. Well, I guess I was getting used to being mad at the game, and then, like, you know, consequences be damned, I'm uploading this no matter what happens now. Though I can see why people want to edit their video footage after doing something like this. Sadly, that's not in my repertoire, or I'm just too lazy, or just more like I won't get enough game footage out there if all I'm doing is editing. Which is why production teams are so cool, instead of expecting individual YouTubers to be their entire production team. Oh well, it's a living, I guess. Isn't that nice? It is nice. It is nicing. Nicety, nicety, nice. It is so nicey. Yellow stuff on the walls. That is so gross. All the mutants sneezed on the walls. That's how I explain it. Hey, what are you doing there, guy? Oh, that might have been the last I think that was the last guy I just killed. So let's grab the other 2 1-ups and leave this godforsaken place. Because that's all the murder she wrote. All of them. I just have to, like, navigate the things again. But this time I won't have any walls to push, so without knowing exactly how I'm doing it, I just do the old maze-solving way of hugging the wall, either the left or the right, and eventually getting to my destination. That's how that's how I tried doing this game without a map. Realized that was a big mistake. Now I use maps, and I'm stronger for it. Stronger than before, stronger than yesterday. Some good lives in my headspace. Dun, 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 dun. Please, let's get out of here. I've had it with this godforsaken level. Oh my god. You know, watching this back, it doesn't feel that bad, maybe because I'm not suffering through it now. Yeah. So there's your 3rd or 4th reason why I don't try to commentate at the same time as I play games, because I will get mad if I'm trying to do it in a specific amount of time. If I'm streaming, though, I can try to not get mad at it as much due to it not being, like, more, it'll be purposely amateurish anyway, so I'm not going to have any production value associated other than being like, you're there with me while I try this shit out without putting some more thought into it, right? And that's the final secret level of Wolfenstein 3D. There's still going to be a pretty long level in this set. It's not nearly as hard. It's just as annoying, but not hard. And yeah, I'll see you there for the next one. Maybe you should stop watching my videos for a while. This is long. Come back later, okay?